On the local scene, Rhode Island Interscholastic League has realigned in football. For those that don't know, instead of 4 divisions, there will now be 3, 2 subdivisions in each 1, 2, and 3. 8 of the 14 teams will make the playoffs every year. Still be 4 Super Bowls. That's because in Division 1, this is all pretty much predicated on the LaSalle and Hendricken dominance. LaSalle's in one division, Hendricken's in the other division. If you're a D1 team, you play one, not both, every year. 4 teams from one division make the playoffs. 4 from the other. Go to the semifinals. The winner of one semifinal, let's say Hendricken, plays the winner of the other. Let's say LaSalle. So you have the mega Super Bowl, presumably Hendricken versus LaSalle, based on history. The losers, let's say 2 public schools, let's say Cranston East and South Kingstown. They also play in a Super Bowl, crowned a state champion, even though it's essentially a consolation. Still 4 Super Bowls, 3 divisions, some teams moving up, some moving down. You can kind of dispute those. As a long preamble to my question, what do you make of the realignment, Mark Dondero, as we approach our Friday night football show?
I despise this realignment. I can't even put it into words how bad this is. This is an embarrassment to Rhode Island Interscholastic Athletics, and I can't believe that this idea. It's one thing if the idea crossed somebody's mind, but that they actually went through with this.
Why don't you like it?
Because you have 2 Super Bowls for Division 1. 2, as in 2. So there can't be one champion of the Division 1 division because there's 2.
Well, I don't know what they're calling it.
Listen,
the Division 1 Super Bowl, the Division 1.
I understand the frustration of the dominance of Bishop Hendricken and LaSalle. I get it. But this is not how you handle it. This is an insult to all the athletes that play.
So
here's how I would handle it.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's feasible. I don't know about budgets. I don't know about politics and any of that. What you have to do, if you're Rhode Island, there's no other choice. You have to put Hendricken and all the Catholic schools and all the private schools in one league. They don't participate in the RIIL.
So you have Hendricken, LaSalle. Who else do you throw in there? Moses Brown?
Well, those schools are LaSalle is the biggest one. Other ones are smaller. I'd have to look at size. You'd have maybe divide up those. I don't know. But it's just a broken system because it's not fair to compare Massachusetts. It's a different state. But for the sake of perspective, in Massachusetts, there are 5 Bishop Hendrickens. So they can compete and beat up on each other. Then they have the ISL. The ISL schools, Independent. They don't play in the MIAA.
Right.
That system is better. The Bishop Hendrickens of Massachusetts they're still in the MIAA, but there's more of them. So
So it's a tough scenario because what do you do with Hendricken LaSalle? Do you have them go up and play Massachusetts? I don't think either school wants to go up and play Xaverian and all the other schools travel-wise.
Can't do that.
There are some rivalries intact, right? LaSalle versus East Providence, etc. They've always been part of the Interscholastic League, but they dominate year after year, and it seems like that gap is widening. It's been a few years. Well, Hendricken's won 5 in a row since a public school has won. So what do you do with them? I don't know if I have the right answer. I don't think you have 2 D1 Super Bowls.
You definitely do not have that.
You have an asterisk, watered-down Super Bowl. No. Do you think that public school team, presumably, that wins it they're going to be happy that they won their last game of the season, but it's like the World Cup. Does anyone care about the 3rd place game in the World Cup?
No, and of course, what happens if
consolation? So it's kind of appeasing. It's kind of like the society we live in now. Everyone gets a medal when your kid's playing some T-ball growing up. So, hey, you're the 3rd best team in Division 1, but you're also a Super Bowl champ. I think that's bad. I will say there are some positives. I like the consolidation of 3 divisions now.
Sure.
I like that some 4 teams are going to move up to 3. Can they play with 3? Some 2s are moving up to 1. I think some teams are not in the right spots. Woonsocket shouldn't be in Division 1. I think North Kingstown should be in Division 1. They're still in 2. Moses Brown's been undefeated the last 2 years. They couldn't go to D1. So there are some schools that I think are misplaced, but I like the idea of 3 divisions. And if anyone's complaining about playing Hendricken and LaSalle twice a year, I mean, it's your schedule. Like, compete with the big boys. Listen, Hendricken and LaSalle, people say they recruit. I don't know if that's the right word, but they are obviously getting kids from all over the state. And if they have the means to do it, can get to those, I had kids in my hometown that went on to play at Hendricken or LaSalle, and if we had them on my team.
You gotta put them in a separate league. You can't have them play with the public schools if you don't want the dominance.
I will say this: if there's a public school team that knocks off Hendrick and LaSalle in the semis, that'd be cool, right?
Well, then what do you do? Because then you look like a bigger buffoon. Because then we have these 2 Super Bowls and we have this great upset, but we can't even enjoy it because now there's all kinds of.
I think the big one still matters the most. But then, do you think, let's say LaSalle loses in one semifinal, then they win the consolation Super Bowl? You think they're happy? Do you think they're going to put that trophy next to the trophy the previous year?
Let me ask you this: we get sound from the champions. Are you going to make me go get sound from the consolation Super Bowl? State champion number 2. How does it feel? Well, does it feel okay? I mean, Hendricken really wanted to. How does it feel, though?
Well, it's also like in basketball, they have the Division 1, 2, and 3, and then they have the state tournament. So in basketball, are you more proud of the state tournament championship or
That's
the
a good
one
question.
specific to your division?
That's a little bit of, that's at least. It's not quite as blatant.
You know what? I just wish some of the public school teams could compete at that level. Ultimately, there are some teams, and Barrington's been good in recent years. Portsmouth, Cranston East, Cranston West, South Kingstown. They just don't have the depth. So if their running back or quarterback goes down, they're done. If Hendricken has their quarterback goes down, the next guy behind him is as good.
Just make it a private school championship. You'd have to sort through the size of the schools.
I just don't think there's enough in Rhode Island.
Enough schools, private schools.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but I think that would be. It wouldn't be perfect, but I think that would be better than either A, the perennial dominance of LaSalle and Hendricken, or B, 2 Super Bowls for Division I. There's T-ball leagues that are more competitive than that.
Can't wait for the fall season. You ready for the high school football show?
Yeah, we have a blast doing that show.
It is fun.